MoneyWalk 414 Finance for Kids. This program will help you undo financial bondage. Many people are setting up their children for financial headaches and failure as they become adults because they do not teach and example for them good money management. Many kids see the poor way their parents handle money, such as failing to have a budget and family budget meetings, refusal to engage spending within means, and encumbering their lives with debt. Some parents who manage money well do not regularly explain to their kids that working as unto the Lord, budgeting, debt freedom, tithing, saving, investing, and diversifying assets are the biblical standards He wants everyone to employ because they produce the best possible situation in which to live in this world. These parents often shower their kids with much of the fruit of the finances, but do not allow them to be active participants in understanding and employing greater degrees of good money management on their way to adulthood. You should have a plan for how you will increase your kids' involvement in family finances, recognizing that they will have money to manage for good or bad due to allowances, gifts, and work. After all, you want them to be more blessed than you are. As kids grow, they should be taught GSS, which stands for giving first, saving second, and spending last. This three-prong approach is fundamental for helping your kids learn stewardship traits they can use to avoid credit card debt and car debt pushed at them by banks, retailers, and dealerships throughout college and young adulthood, and indeed throughout life. Giving consists of two parts: tithing, which is 10% of a person's income, and giving a free will offering that can be any amount above the tithe. Income for kids is allowance and other gifts they receive from any source. It should be explained continually that all the money and anything else they'll ever receive belongs to God, and they are only stewards dispensing and using it according to His will and biblical principles. You and your children can live far better on 89.9% or less of the money the Lord legitimately allows to come into your life after you have tithed and given an offering than you can on 100% of that money while you fail to honor Him by helping fund the spread of the gospel and people being brought to Jesus Christ. Supernatural blessing and reward flows to everyone who abundantly gives to meet the purposes of the gospel, even children. Savings consist at first of building a starter emergency fund of $100 in a credit union savings account, then putting at least 10% of their income into another savings account or two for them to help fund future endeavors they intend to pursue: schooling, team sports, music lessons, art, a car, etc., or things they plan to get. Help them find savings accounts that pay interest with no account fees so they can see how money grows when earnings are added. Next, they should be taught to put at least 10% of their income into long-term equity investments that have a history of much higher returns via compounding and exponential growth. An excellent choice would be a no-load, low-expense S&P 500 stock index mutual fund via a Roth IRA or a brokerage account through Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, TIAA-CREF, etc. Explain the risk-reward scenario that can be used to their advantage that will allow them to be very wealthy later in life when they start investing at a young age, even if they never become business owners or very highly paid employees. And this will allow them to avoid debt and have greater financial flexibility as they walk through life. They should be taught and encouraged not to touch the long-term investments unless they encounter an extreme emergency or catastrophe. This money would be at their disposal when they become adults as a starter retirement fund, a business startup fund, or a ministry endeavor fund that allows them to avoid debt while working and pursuing entrepreneurial endeavors. Finally, there is the spending component, which we often think nobody has to tell them, uh, adults or kids, to do. Yet, we all need instruction in this area to know that it is not prudent to spend everything you get. Otherwise, your outgo will be your downfall. Though spending will represent the greatest percentage of income use through most people's lives, it is always best for children to learn to keep it under 70% of their income. So they employ this spending within their means principle when they become adults and also have to face being charged federal, state, and city income taxes. Focus on teaching them how to set budgets and goals around their money that allows them to spend only what's left after giving and saving the appropriate proportions of their money. The income tax piece can be displayed by showing them how your take-home pay is far less than your gross pay and will be experienced in their early teens as they start to work for employers and/or at entrepreneurial endeavors. At 12 years of age or so, help each child craft and follow a budget that includes them handling money for clothing, school supplies, personal care, and entertainment, and make them responsible for keeping purchases within the amount set for each category. Teaching the GSS model will help them live this way as they age, go to college, finish college, get great paying jobs, start that great business, and move into the real world where all the financial shenanigans will be thrown at them and attempt to grab most all of their income through debt payments and thus financially tear them from limb to limb. It will be great to know you help teach and show them how to avoid such financial pitfalls through biblical-based discipline that serves them best throughout their lives. Please pray for this ministry and email me with any questions. May the Lord bless you richly as you follow his plan.